Welcome to ISE 2025, and we're here back with Stefan and with Dave for our Daily Dave show, and we're here on the evening before the show. It's a big night of the mixer, right, Dave?
The mixer, yeah. This is I think the fourth year I've done it.
It's the fourth year.
Yep.
We're here
300 people.
Yep, we're right on the mountain here. It's a beautiful view.
Yes.
It's a little bit chilly, but the day was beautiful.
I'm Canadian, it's warm.
Okay, so
First league weather.
good.
So let's talk about the show. I mean, what are your expectations, especially in terms of hardware, display hardware?
I don't get a sense that there's going to be a lot that's, particularly new, like groundbreaking stuff. It's more advances of what we already know. I did have a quick walk around today and saw, kind of the same stuff, better, thinner, lighter, brighter, all those words. But I'm not really expecting to see something that's going to stop me in my tracks and go, oh my God, what is that?
But e-ink, right? I mean, they show 75-inch at least.
Yes, but it doesn't look very good.
No, the colors are awful, right? It's not there yet.
Yeah, the Kaleido 3 has a color filter on it, so that it really mutes it. If they get to a point with the large format where the Spectra 6, which does look beautiful, can be used outside and at that kind of scale, then they've got something. But I think they've got a challenge with the color, but they've also got a massive challenge with the price.
Yeah.
But I spoke with E-Ink last fall. I went to Taiwan, and they said, right or wrong, that they thought they could bring it down to, for the same form factor, about 1.5 to 2x the price of an LCD. So to get to that, then you can start to make the ROI argument, but I don't think it works right now.
No, probably 1-2 more years at least. What was that?
Yeah.
Good. So we have e-paper, LED. What's happening on the LED side in the business?
Again, it's better. It was interesting today to see yet more companies from China that I'd never heard of. They're there, and they're actually doing some pretty interesting things. You have to go to the backs of the halls because they don't have a kind of the main booths, and they're not in the main corridor. So you got to go hunt them down, but it's worth it. They have kind of interesting approaches, but again, it's still chip on board, mini LED, that sort of thing. It's I didn't have enough time to look for micro LED. I'm sure there are 1 or 2 companies saying it, but I'm hoping my efforts to call bullshit on micro LED for a lot of these companies is kind of smarten them up, and they're not describing what they have as micro LED unless it actually is.
But it exists, and but it will be another couple of years until it's going to be main market, right?
Yeah, it's still an R&D product in a lot of ways. They've got a lot of work to do in terms of what they call mass transfer and the quality of production, and they call it the yield rate, and they've got to get that up. But it will come. I just don't know that we really need to get to micro LED for a lot of what we call digital signage, because if you walk around the booths, whether it's Long or the individual manufacturers, you look at their mini LED and chip on board displays, they look freaking fantastic. So it's not like we need Samsung's the wall, although that the larger ones is just mini LED anyways, I think. So we'll see.
But chip on board is also now available for outdoor, right? Or at least that some people told me that they're now ready that for also. Yeah. And some people even claim that we will have a tipping point this year where there will be the value of chip on board will be higher than SMD.
Yeah. I could believe that. And the great thing about chip on board, although SMD does it, but chip on board inherently is protected. So it's not going to get the crap beat out of it if it's out in the elements and people walking by it and all that, which is really important, because if you want to, I know you just had a post about LED repair. It's complicated and expensive, time consuming and everything else. So if you can avoid that by protecting the light chips, then perfect.
So we talked about visual solutions. Next one, media players. Anything there? LG incorporating BrightSign, right? That's something.
Yeah.
In the news last week.
Yeah, that is interesting. That LG. I don't think they're completely moving away from LG WebOS, but maybe they've realized that they've got to kind of broaden their possibilities. So working with BrightSign OS is an interesting step. When they contacted me and said that they were going to push out this press release, I thought, oh, okay, they're going to put a BrightSign board in their displays. But no, they're moving the OS over. I think the other interesting one, and they're here, I'm not sure they're showing, but they're absolutely here, is Amazon with their $100 stick.
Yeah.
And, it's an entry-level device, but there's a very large, long-tail entry-level market. And they've got a distribution system that's completely unmatched by anybody else. Like you click, signage stick shows up the next day, and maybe a year from now it'll drop into your back patio from a drone or something. So it just makes it super easy, and $100 between that and entry-level software for menu boards or something. It's a pretty compelling solution.
That gives us a nice transition to software. A lot of software is pre-installed on the Amazon stack, but what do you see in the software market? Any developments?
It's kind of like displays. It's incremental improvements. I mean, we've already seen companies shifting to headless. We've seen almost every company now understanding that device management is important. 5 years ago, I would ask people about device management and they would show me what they had. It was like, whatever, but now most of them were quite good. I think what's interesting and I think an existential threat to the SaaS software companies is AI.
Yeah.
If you have a very specific purpose, or if you have a CMS that's laser focused on digital out of home, like a broad sign or whatever, you're probably okay because you've written everything around that and you're well known. But if you're a generalist with a generalist offer that, we do digital signage, period, you're going to have companies with some IT chops are going to say, well, we could just get an application written in whatever AI tool they use, sit it on top of some sort of a management system, and probably be done.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
I'm looking forward to Samsung tomorrow, because tomorrow they will launch VXT 3.0. That's a new CMS, or a new advanced one at least. And they're not only doing CMS, but they're also looking at some screen management, so some remote device management.
Yep.
And eventually also an app store. They announced already last year, but this year they're ready. And they told us that we just had a call with interview with Alex Lee last Friday.
Okay.
Was quite interesting. He gave us some insights, and so they're expecting to have this app store going online, and that's really the next phase of helping other ISVs, third-party ISV, really give them a sales platform.
Yeah.
And that could be a game changer, where it's not so much about VXT as a software, but really Samsung as a sales platform, like an app store. I think has some potential.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, VXT has been out for about 1.5 years now, and
Yeah.
they kind of re-announce it every big trade show in some way. And I haven't seen a lot of third parties develop apps that they're sitting on top of it. So maybe that's changing. I'll be interested as well.
Yeah, that's what they told me. Why? And because currently it's called PERS, so you really need to do a lot of changes. So it runs on VXT, but now with the App Store it will be much, much easier. They have a standard framework, and it will be very simple for most ISV really to put their software on it. So that could be a game changer at least.
And then you have a similar situation with Amazon for the entry-level market with their hardware, pre-installed software, and could be very similar for Samsung then with their hardware and their sales power and the platform for software.
I think there's still going to be a trust issue.
Yeah,
Just
absolutely.
They're Samsung, they're huge, and they want to own the world, understandably. So just a lot of these software companies, I just can't buy into the idea that they're going to say, sure, you're a competitor, but we'll write something and drop it on there.
Well, let's see tomorrow when the show opens, and we will have
we'll
a look at
who their
VXT
partners
3.0. Exactly. So the last topic, the elephant in the room, tariffs. Well, I can tell you, my inbox, just exploded last night. We have many, many end customers, and there's a lot of uncertainty in the market, especially on the end customer side. And that's what really kills businesses, It's really, many of them told us, we better, wait a little bit. We defer certain rollouts or so. And it could have a huge impact on the industry. We still don't know. And it's always difficult to say with Trump, but it definitely adds some disruption, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm no economist, but it just doesn't look good in any way.
Yeah.
And the one thing that occurred to me that I can speak with some knowledge about is Chris Regal's gamble with Stratacache to build this micro LED plant in Eugene, Oregon. A lot of people for a lot of years looked at it and went, what is he doing? But if tariffs go up and we get into a full trade war, if he's able to manufacture displays in North America, he's still going to have to get components from China and elsewhere, but he's in a better position than overseas companies. So,
and interesting enough, he got a lot of money from the Biden funds, from the green side. So that's how life works, I guess. Dave, Stefan, thanks for being here. We're looking forward tomorrow to the first day of ISE 2025, and we will be back with another show. Thank you, Dave.
Thank you.